Well, I mean, it's just another challenge. I mean, the players liked it. They're kicking around in the snow. We had orange soccer balls just in case it got really snowy, so we were prepared.
How excited are you and kind of just the general vibe from the team to be back here after what you guys were able to accomplish last year?
Michelle, everybody's excited to be back because we all enjoy the sport. We love playing and coaching. We've had some really spirited discussions already amongst the coaching staff about how we're going to try and outdo what we did last year. So everybody's happy to be back. I think the players showed today that they're happy to be back even under some, not so ideal conditions. But we'll get down to Southern California, we'll get some sunshine, and we'll fine-tune some things, and everybody's real excited to come back and get back to work.
Gustav and Nuhu aren't here, so were they in transit or?
Yeah, they'll be in transit. They'll show up. I mean, I'm not concerned about that. I mean, we've had every year. There's been players that come for different reasons, come early, late. So, I'm not worried about that.
Is it hard with the pending CBA and there's being some kind of holes already in your team, kind of still need to be filled? Is that difficult, kind of approaching or opening training camp like that without all the pieces in place yet?
Look, it's challenging to open training camp with maybe perhaps not a full roster, for sure. That's I can't hide from that fact, but it's part of life. I mean, Garth and Chris and Adrian, they've all been working super hard to fill the holes, and I think one of the strengths of my staff has been, whatever players end up coming on the roster, we always try and figure out ways how to get the players to gel at the right moments. We've had some pretty big mid-season signings over the years, and we always kind of get them incorporated within the group. So, look, it's a little concerning, but in the end of the day, I know Garth and those guys will take care of it.
A lot of young guys from the Academy and Defiance out here. How important is it for them to continue training with the first team?
That's another great question, because here's how we're changing. So we won a championship. We don't want to be complacent. We actually want to raise the bar. So in years past, I took the Academy guys and I brought them down to preseason, and I said, yeah, we want to integrate you. I want to see what you guys can do. Here's a really cool opportunity to play with Nico, with Raul, with Roman, with Ozzy, all those guys, Dempsey. We've changed it a little bit this year. So the Academy guys have to understand that this is pro sports. So they are invited to camp, but there might come a time where I have to say, okay, Pete, you're not doing so well and you're not up to the level, and I might have to send you home, because they have to learn that lesson, that they have to raise the level of their training so that I don't have to say those words. So we're trying to figure out ways how we build continuity. I love inviting the young kids there, but they have to perform.
Did you send anybody home today?
Did I send anybody home today? No. I just want to go home today, Jada.
Running a few draft picks, including one of the guys from Pete Fewing's program. What can you say about your draft class? How do you feel about those guys?
We'll identify that as the days progress. I mean, it's hard on the first day like this, but we're happy that Seattle U got a couple guys drafted. Always drafting local guys is good for the club, the community. UW had a guy drafted, so it's good.
Shane O'Neill is out here. What are your thoughts on him?
Good, steady player. He'll be a useful tool to have, a useful player to have. So happy that he's out here.
What's the biggest focus on a day like this? Day
just
one.
Getting them back on their feet. It's messaging, getting them all together. I brought the 2 trophies today to the locker room just to make sure I reminded them they did some pretty special things. So it's just getting them back together and starting the messaging of what can we do to, get another trophy.
Garth, this offseason every offseason sees rotation in and out of players, but you guys lost some key pieces, Roman, Kiki, Victor. Just your thoughts on what those players contributed over the last few years.
Well, I would like to say on record, because I don't know what Gar told you about Kim Ki-hee and some of the other contractual stuff. I'll leave that to him. But for Victor, who doesn't look like he's going to come back for the family reasons, I want to say thank you publicly For Roman, who's now under contract with Miami, I want to say thank you to Roman. They were massive, massive, massive parts of our club, and they helped us. Roman helped us win 2 championships. So I am very thankful to have those players been part of the Seattle Sounders.
Coach, what would be the message for the fans for this season from you?
Well, just again, thank you for all the support throughout the years, and just know that, you know, we are going to try and raise the level. We understand. I learned a little bit from 2016 to 2017, you know, and how we started off in 2017. Maybe we weren't as focused. Maybe we were a little, okay, we just won the championship, and this is great. I learned from that experience. So we're going to try and do everything at a little bit better, you know, 3 to 5% better, and we'll see if we can't win a supporter shield, get as many points as we can, because we know home field advantage is critical in the playoffs. We have a very important Champions League schedule. We want to do well in Champions League. You know, we're going to have a lot of games, so we'll need to have a good roster. Some of the young kids are going to get some opportunities in Open Cup and some of the early games. So for the fans, I think it's going to be an exciting year.
How up to date are you on the Emmanuel Cecchini situation?
Well, I'm up to date on it.
In regards to, you know, Garth mentioned something about maybe looking for options for the player. Have you talked to Garth about it? What are your thoughts?
Well, look, Emmanuel came here and did everything that I asked him to do. So he was a good pro. He was part of the squad for the last half of the year. Things didn't work out, so sometimes that's the way it goes.
A player like Sam Rogers, who was kind of in and out and went abroad, what kind of opportunities do you see for him potentially coming into the first team, especially with the center back situation?
Well, he has got to grab this opportunity. If that kid cannot look at the squad and say, this is my chance, then, you know, then we're going to have an issue. But Sam's a nice kid, great kid. You know, he went over to Cambridge United, trained a little bit. He's done some stuff. Ton of potential, but he has to grab hold of it. He needs to work at it, and he needs to see if he's, you know, an MLS player.